Hi, I'm Dr. Hackie Reitman. Welcome to another episode of Exploring Different Brains. Today we have Matteo Musso, whom I met along with his mother Annette out in Portland, Oregon, when I was given a keynote and on some panels at the United States Asperger's and Autism Association meetings. Well, Matteo's a bit of a star. You see, he doesn't let the little things in life, like the fact that he's nonverbal, stop him from being a writer, a poet, and a great communicator. He's got a video that comes out Mondays with Matteo, and he's also got a book. Let me read the name of the book. It's called The Handbook of Us, Understanding and Accepting People with Autism. So, Annette and Matteo, welcome. Great to see you guys again here at Different Brains.
Thank you. Great to see you too, Hackie.
Annette, before we get started, why don't you explain how Matteo, who's nonverbal and writes beautifully, is going to communicate with us?
Okay, he's going to use a method called the rapid prompting method. And if you can see, this is just an alphabet stenciled on this clear piece of lucite or whatever it is, plastic. And he will point one letter at a time, and I will sometimes say the letters out loud and then say the whole word back for you guys, and then try to say the whole sentence at the end. And I just want to let you know, sometimes you'll hear me saying, move your hand, find it, and that is to compete with the stim in his brain that sometimes can be a little invasive and let him get off track. So I'm just trying to keep him focused on the task at hand, which is to get his thought out through this means. So I'm not guiding him to any letter or anything. It's just to keep him on task. Okay.
All right. Matteo, why don't you introduce yourself, please, to our audience?
Okay. I'm me. And H A move your H A what? HAPP happy TO2 BE to B A B L, and I'm happy to be able TO2 COMMUNICAT, and happy to be able to communicate WIT with YOUVERBA, verbal, LAGLA, what? N or G? N. LANGUAG, verbal language. LO, find it, VER, as happy to communicate with you verbal language lovers.
Sounds good. Matteo, what made you first decide to start writing?
When did you first decide to start writing? I had TWELV 12 YEAR years of THO and UGH and T, 12 years of thoughts, PE and pent you up in my HEA, in my head, S what? So I asked MO, mom, if SHE, she'd, HEL, help, me W-R-I-T, Write, A-B-O-O, a book, 2-E-X-P-R-E, express, M-I-T-H-O-U-G-H-T, my thoughts, A-N, and L-I-F, and life, E-X-P-E-R-I-E-N-C-E, experiences.
The Handbook of Us, Understanding and Accepting People with Autism. What is the biggest message, Matteo, you want to get across to people in that book?
Great question. I-D-I-L-I-K, I'd like S-O-C-I-E-T, society, T, 2-R-E-M, I'm going to lower E, and find it, M, and B-E. I'd like society to remember to not, J-U-D-G, judge, A-B-O-O, a book, B, by, I-E, by its, C-O-V-E, cover. So, to, and, S-P-E, so to speak.
Well, I think you have a very nice cover on your book.
Good. I just, K-N-O, I just know, P-E-O-P-L, people, A-S-S-O-C-I-A-T. I just know people associate, I-N-T-E-L-L-I-G-E-N-C. People associate intelligence, A-N, and C-O, calm, P-E-T-E-N, intelligence and competence, B, by, O-U-T-W-A-R, by outward, D-I-S-P-L-A-Y, by outward displays of B-O-D-I-L, of bodily, find it, A-N-C-N-T-I-O-N, of bodily actions. Keep going. Go ahead. Keep going. B, U, but, O, F, T, E, often, T, H, the, B, O, D, the body, D, O, E, does, N, O, not, S, H, O, show, I, N, T, E, L, L, E, C, intellect, in, O, N, E, in one's, M, I, N, D. Often the body does not show the intellect that's in one's mind.
Having met you guys in person and seeing some of his writing, actual writing, explain to our audience about Matteo's computer skills.
Are just learning how to type and that type of thing on the computer, but right now that's not a means for him to express himself. It's a means to learn how to physically type and move his fingers. So he's not putting anything into the computer. He dictates to me and I put things in the computer for him. So that's going to come later as soon as he can communicate with this board laying flat and me not holding it.
And what about handwriting?
Handwriting we work on all the time. And again, that's the same thing. He can certainly tell me that sentence, that thought, and then write it out word for word after he uses this first. But to just sit and write out a thought without you having this conduit, because that's what this is serving as.
So because I was observing him out in Portland,
Uh-huh.
and that was the sequence he went through. But then
Yes.
he did write that. So my way of thinking, not as a professional, but just kind of commonsensically, is the way Matteo's brain is wired. Once it gets registered in there through that letterboard, then it's his to write out. Is that Matteo, would you say that's a correct way of thinking about it?
Hackie. That's brilliantly said, Hackie. It helps me first to, when I have a thought, to spell it here, then transfer it to anything else.
Gotcha. Now, if it's of interest to you guys, we interviewed a fella named Sean Smith from Canada who's come down to visit us here. He was a football player up there, and he was severe ADHD, saved all of his flunking grades from school and everything. Couldn't do math, couldn't make change. When he and his wife went to Reno, Nevada, and he became a blackjack dealer, when he picked up the different denominations, that registered with his brain. And he learned math and how to make change and everything in a couple of days. So what I'm learning from all of this is just when our brains are wired a certain way, we find the pathways that can work best for our brains, and we all have some degree of neuroplasticity where the wiring in our brain can change to differing extents, depending on the architecture we have to work with. So what we have here is we have a brilliant writer in Matteo, and if he's trying to communicate, it helps him first to spell it out and then get the whole message out. So it's just a different wiring.
Okay, he's saying it's a FIDEN. It's a confidence THI, and it's a confidence thing TO. To HA V, to have SOMEO, and to have someone WH who BELIEVE, who believes in you, CLOS, close. It's a confidence thing too, to have someone who believes in you close by. Technology is expressed. Technology can't emotionally give him confidence or be his dance partner in this dance that we're doing. It's just a piece of equipment that isn't that helpful, and I think that's the biggest misunderstanding that people have. They watch this and they go, "Why aren't you using an iPad? Why aren't you using the computer?" And because they're not human. They're not human, and there is something to supporting each other as human beings too across this journey. So.
Well, expanding upon that, when we have some of the parents in our audience with different brains who might have a nonverbal child, what's the biggest thing you guys might advise them?
the biggest thing that I've learned on this journey, and it's been so exciting, and I've changed so much. I mean, I've always believed in him, and I've always loved him to death, of course, as a human being, but I didn't know what he knew. I kept telling myself, I know he's smart, but I had no idea the depth of his thoughts and as a human being. I mean, it's like living with the best philosophy teacher on the planet for me. And I think when we open our minds to the possibilities that our kids are so much more than they present us with physically, and their ability to show us their intelligence through traditional education or a testing method that are so imposed on our kids, once we just kind of forget about all that and go, I know he's intelligent. I know he understands. I know we should be reading books together at an age appropriate level instead of the Dr. Seuss books he goes and grabs all the time because that's his habit, that's his stim, that's his OCD or whatever. Once we get past that, the whole relationship changes because the child or autistic person, and it doesn't matter the age, feels this mutual respect back and forth, and bam, your life changes. And so anyone can start doing that right now, this very minute. Just decide that your child understands. What's it hurt? It hurts them a lot more when we assume they don't understand until they can prove it to us in a way that we can see it. They're telling us stuff all the time. We're just not seeing it.
Well, we have to seek more to connect than we do. Now, Matteo, it says on your website, I'm quoting here, autism is not a neurological condition, but a spiritual energy. Tell us about that.
Oh, one of my MOS most fun and PERTINEN pertinent SAYING. One of my most fun and pertinent sayings. I am autistic, for so am, find it, and for so many, find it, and I'm autistic for so many reasons. But and one the BIGGE. One of the biggest is to open the MIND, the minds of SOCIET, but open the minds of society. Go ahead, I'm gonna move it down. Find it, and HEL, help you, us, ALL, all are EXAMIN, help us all re-examine our PRIORITIES, and help us re-examine our priorities.
Very well said.
Yeah. ASPIRITIES, R-I-T-U-A. Spiritual, Journe. Spiritual journey, is N-O, not N-E-C-E-S-S, Ness, S-A-R-I. What was that? Is that necessary? Necessarily. It's not necessarily. Go ahead. Go ahead. And any P-A-R-T-I-C. And it. U-N-L-N-A. It's not necessarily any particular R-E-L-I-G-I-O. It's not necessarily any particular religion, but R-A-T-H-E, but rather A-N-I-N-T-E-R-N-A. Internal, G-R-O-W-T. An internal growth, and W-H-Y-A-R. And why are we H-E? And why are we here? S-O-R. Sort of, sort of, T-H-N-I, sorry, and a why are we here sort of thing. A-U-T-I-S-T-I-C. Autistics, O-P-E, open, A-N-E. Okay. New. Go ahead. Find it. U-N-D-E-R-S-T-A-N-D. Understand. Autistics open a new understanding of life. For so M-A-N. So for so many, I'm going to lower it. So for so many, P-E-O-P-L. For so many people, W-H, who, W-A, who want to, L-E, find it, A-R, who want to learn. T-H-A-T. That's D-E-F-I-N-A-T. What's the next letter? And L. That's definitely not E-V-E-R-Y. What is it? That's definitely not everyone. B-I-T-H. The W-A-N. It's definitely not everyone, by the way.
So Annette and Matteo, if people want to find out more about you, how do they find you? How do they find you online?
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. They go to MatteoMusso.com, and everything's linked up there. His Mondays at Matteo segments, you can subscribe and just be notified when they get posted. And we're getting them cut down from 20 minutes to about 5 or 7 minutes, so that's good. His blog, Pedaling with Teo, is there, where we put his poetry and actually, I think it's just under poetry and all the different things that he's writing. He's doing restaurant reviews now. He's called Teo's Tasty Adventures, which are very entertaining to read about how he appreciates water when he drinks it at a restaurant or a smoothie. And, we don't really take the time necessarily to think about that glass of water in a way that he notices how good it is and how it feels in his body. It's just kind of fun, So, and they can keep up to date with the talks that he's been invited to do and stuff.
Well, it's been great to see you guys again. Great to have you here on Exploring Different Brains. And we want to wish you all the best of luck and stay in touch. Matteo, you're the best. Keep up the good work.
THANK. Thanks. Cool. HACK. Thanks, cool Hackie. ILIK. I like. CHATTIN. Chatting. Who's it? What? Oh, you. Chatting with you. I like chatting with you.
I like chatting with you too. All right. Great to see you guys, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for being with us here at Different Brains.
All right. You have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Exploring Different Brains is a production of Different Brains, Inc. For more information, visit us at differentbrains.org.